Rachel, and this is a prenatal yoga class focused on the end of the third trimester. It's an all levels class, meaning that it's suitable for beginners as well as those with a lot of experience in yoga. For this practice, you'll want to have a blanket and 2 blocks. And if you don't have blocks, you can use books, stacks of books, anything that can stand in for a block, a water bottle maybe. So we'll begin taking your blanket and folding it up. It doesn't have to be folded a lot. The more it's folded, the higher it will lift your hips. You'll sit on the edge, and so your knees come down slightly lower than your hips. And we'll begin with some breathing to start our practice, to bring focus to your mind. And at the end of the third trimester, you're finding that you have more and more limitations in your body, and you're also getting closer and closer to labor and delivery. And things like breathing exercises can help cultivate concentration and mental focus. They can also help to calm you, to actually slow your heart rate and produce a relaxing effect in your body. So for our first breathing exercise that we'll do right now, it's more for the mental focus. Draw your attention to your breath and away from any discomfort that you may be feeling. What we'll do is we'll breathe in through your nose to the count of 5 and out through your nose to the count of 5. So make yourself comfortable. Take your hands to your knees and close your eyes. Lift your chest so that your ribs, so that your lungs have space to expand as you inhale. Begin to breathe in through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just breathe normally, deeply in and out through your nose. That was 10 breaths. You could go longer or shorter. Begin to open your eyes now. I'm going to take your hands to your knees, and we're just going to imagine, you're just going to start to do some movement. Anything that feels nice in your body. We'll do a little bit of swaying side to side. I sort of imagine that I am a sea anemone blowing in the ocean. It just helps to get some fluidity, especially if you're achy. So just move side to side as it feels nice, and if it feels nice to round your spine and open your chest and move around, you can do that too. It's really anything that feels good. So just feel into your spine and your torso. We'll take a few more breaths. You can go slowly, or you can go more quickly. Just get a little movement in your upper body. Okay. And then bring yourself back to where you normally sit. And take your left hand out to the left. You're going to take your right arm palm face down toward the floor. Okay, and then take your right arm and begin to sweep it slowly around. You'll start to feel a stretch on the right side of your body and reach through your right fingertips. Now take your right arm back behind you until you start to feel an opening on the inside of your shoulder and your chest. So your arm actually reaches back behind you, and make a nice big circle with your arm. Okay, and then palm faces towards the floor. We're going to do that again. Reach your arm over and back. Just as it feels nice, open your chest. Move your arm through its full range of motion. A little opening in your shoulders. And again, you can go really slowly if that's what feels nice, or you can go a little bit faster if that's what feels nice. We're looking for moving your shoulder joint and stretching through your right side of your body. Stretching through your chest. One more time around. And then rise up to sit. Other side. Right hand down. And take your left palm facing toward the floor and start to sweep it around. Feel a stretch on the left side of your body. Stretch your arm. Take your left arm back behind you, open through your chest, and all the way around. These postures don't have a lot of precise alignment. It's just moving your joints all the way around and stretching in your upper body. One or two more times, reach around, stretch your side body, stretch your chest and your shoulder. And then come back up to sit. Okay, so now we're going to take your arms, take your hands out in front of you and just make your hands into fists. Try not to move your elbows around too much. We're just going to move your fists in figure eights. So just moving your wrists. You may find yourself, like I do, doing a lot more sitting than you're accustomed to in this last trimester. And so just moving all your joints around, getting getting things flowing. Good. All right. And then we'll slow it down and eventually come to a stop. Take your hands behind you and extend your legs out. Now, make circles with your ankles. Move your feet, toes in towards each other and then out, away. Make circles with your ankles in this direction. And then in the other direction. And slow it down. Come to a stop. Now, cross your ankles. We'll come forward onto hands and knees now. So if your knees are sensitive to the floor, you can have your blanket underneath your knees, but you don't have to. Take your knees underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders, and we'll take some cat-cows. So take an inhale, lift your head, lift your tailbone, gently drop your belly down. And as you exhale, round your back, tilt your pelvis, tuck your tailbone under, and gently hug your belly in. Inhale, lift your head, lift your tailbone, let your belly drop. Exhale, round your back, hug your belly in. Inhale, and exhale. A few more times on your own. Follow your own inhales and exhales. Come to neutral in your spine. Tuck your toes under. And now shift your weight forward and back. So you're stretching your toes and the bottoms of your feet. And if you're like me and your feet and calves especially are really tight from carrying around all your extra weight, this can feel really, really nice. Now, if this is going well and it doesn't feel like too much, keep your hips back on your heels and walk your hands towards you. If it's still okay, walk your hands back, sit back on your heels, lift your chest. If it becomes too intense, then you'll release. We won't stay here too long anyway, so we'll go ahead and release. Come back forward onto hands and knees. Now take your left leg back behind you, coming onto the ball of your foot, and just press your left heel back. Stretch the back of your left leg, especially around your calf, your Achilles tendon. If it feels good to you to move forward and back, lean into and out of the stretch, then you can do that. You can also just hold the stretch. And then switch sides. Left knee down, take your right leg back. And you can hold the stretch, pressing your right heel back on the ball of your right foot, or you can move forward and back. And release, bring both knees down. Okay, so from here, We're going to move into a downward facing dog. But if downward facing dog is too much for you, you can take a puppy dog pose instead. Keep your knees underneath your hips. Walk your hands forward. Okay. Drop your chest down as you walk your hands forward and rest your forehead down on the mat. Let your chest drop through your arms, and this is an alternative to downward facing dog. Or you can come into your down dog, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back. Make sure your feet are wide, wider than hips distance apart. They might even be as wide as your mat. It just depends on how much space you need to feel comfortable. Stretch your hips up and back. If you tend to have a deep arch in your lower back, then you'll put a tilt in your pelvis, tucking it under a little bit to avoid overarching in your low back. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Walk your hands back to your feet. Hang down over your legs. Now, you move your blanket out of the way. All right, and this is where you'll have your blocks handy. So at the back of your mat, take your blocks underneath your shoulders. Your feet are wider than hips distance. You can have your blocks on tall, medium, or low, just depending on what feels good to you. I'll keep mine on medium. Now, press your hands down into your blocks and stretch your chest forward. So we're stretching your hamstrings, the nice wide stance in your feet. At this point in a pregnancy, it might be really difficult to find ways to stretch your hamstrings. If you don't feel anything here, you'll take your blocks down. Press your hands into your blocks. Reach your chest forward. Reach your hips back. One more inhale. And as you exhale, bend your knees, take your hands to your knees, stand all the way up. Okay, from here, take a couple standing poses. So start with your right foot at the top of your mat and walk your left foot back. Your right foot faces towards the short edge of your mat, and your left foot is perpendicular to your right foot. Bend your right leg. Reach your arms out. Warrior two. Now this warrior is not going to be the widest, deepest warrior that you've ever done. If you normally have your right thigh bone close to parallel to the floor, make your stance shorter. Don't go down quite so deep. And if you feel a lot of stretching around your groin, we don't want really localized stretching around your groin. So ease up if you feel that. Then straighten your right leg. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes out. Bend your left leg. Warrior two on the left side. Warrior two and other lunging poses are good for maintaining strength in your legs. They're also good for a little bit of stretching, getting some openness across your hips. And straighten your left leg. Turn your left toes in, so all 10 toes face forward. Now turn your heels in and your toes out. So your toes are 45-ish degrees. And then bend your knees. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up high. Inhale. And as you exhale, straighten your legs and take your arms down. Inhale, bend your legs, reach your arms high. Exhale, straighten your legs. Try not to lock your knees, but keep a tiny bend in your knees. Inhale, bend your knees, lift your arms. Exhale, straighten, lower your arms. One more time, inhale and exhale. Now take your hands to your legs, bend your knees, and then just shift your weight around side to side. And again, we want opening in your hips, but we don't want a lot of deep groin stretching. And so pay attention and notice if it feels like it might be too much stretching in your groin, in which case you would just lift up a little bit or come out of it altogether. But if it feels good, you'll stay here, move side to side. And then straighten your legs. Heel toe your feet in, okay, or walk your feet in. Still wider than your hips. Turn your toes out 45 degrees. And we're going to come into a half squat. So bend your knees, take your hands down. I'm going to sit first on my left foot. So my left leg is bent, I'm sitting on my foot. If this is not a comfortable place for you to sit, you don't have to sit on your foot. You could have your foot on the floor in front of you and your right foot flat on the floor with your knee up. So sitting down with your right leg bent. Take your palms to your heart. Press your elbow into your right leg. Lift your chest. You press your right leg out away from you. Shoulders down. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to switch sides. So take your hands down. Come back up onto both feet. Turn your left toes out. Sit. Bring your right shin down to the floor. Take your palms to your heart. Bring your left elbow into your left leg. Press your left leg out. Lift your chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, take both hands down, come back up onto both feet. Keep your toes turning out, wider than your hips. Bend your knees, coming down into a full squat. So I am actually going to sit on a block for my full squat. It feels like a lot of stretching to me in my pelvis. And so it's a little bit, I can get the stretch in my muscles without stretching in my pelvis if I sit on the block. So I'm going to take my elbows into my legs, take my legs out, lift your chest. You do not have to sit on a block. It just depends on how it feels for you. And if your heels lift off the floor in this squat, that's fine. It may be easier for you to balance with your heels lifted off the floor. So if that's happening, don't worry about that. Inhale. And as you exhale, And take your hands down, straighten your legs and turn your toes in. Now take both of your blocks and we come towards the front of your mat. Keep your feet wide distance apart. Take your blocks underneath your shoulders. Inhale, press down into your blocks. Stretch your heart forward, stretch your legs back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach out and up. Fill your lungs, stretch your arms overhead. And as you exhale, reach out and down. Bring your fingertips to the blocks. Inhale, press down into your blocks. Stretch your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach out, reach up. Bring your palms to meet. Exhale, fold over your legs. Now, inhale, press down into your blocks. Lift your chest. As you exhale, step your left foot back behind you. So you can take your blocks with you. Make sure your right foot is walked out to the right, your left foot is walked out to the left to allow space for your stomach. And then drop your left knee down to the floor. If your knee is sensitive, put your blanket underneath your knee. Take both hands to the inside of your right foot. Option 1 is to use your blocks on any height setting that you want. Option 2 is to take your hands to the floor on the inside of your foot. Your right foot faces forward, and there's a 90-degree angle in your front leg and your back leg. So your left knee is directly underneath your hip. Then from here, just fold over. Bend your elbows, let your neck relax. This is similar to a lizard pose, but it's a different variation. You should feel this mostly in and around your right hip and on the back of your right leg. Be passive in this pose. Just let gravity bring you downwards. And then come back up onto your palms. You can use your blocks if you like. Lift your back knee. Step forward. Inhale, press down into your blocks. Lift your chest. Exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way up, reach out and up, bring your palms to meet. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, press down through your hands to lengthen your spine. And on your exhale, step your right foot back. We bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. Drop your left knee down. You can use your blocks or set them aside. Make sure your right knee is underneath your right hip and not behind it. And then bend your elbows, fold to the inside of your left leg. Both legs are at a 90-degree angle. Relax. Be passive. and release. Come up. Now this time, take your left foot back next to your right. Find your blanket. We'll again come to a comfortable seat. This time, we're going to close our class with a breathing exercise meant to calm you. So this can be used during labor and delivery to help calm your body and calm your mind. So it's very similar to what we did at the beginning, but we'll make your exhale longer than your inhale. So you'll breathe in and out through your nose. Inhale to the count of 5 and exhale to the count of 7. So take your hands to your knees. Sit up tall. Press your sitting bones down. Lift your chest. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe in through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now let your breathing be gentle and normal. We make our way into our relaxation. So we'll take a sideline relaxation. If you want to use more pillows underneath you to support you, you're welcome to use any pillows that you have. Otherwise, you're going to just come onto the floor with your blanket. You'll make your blanket a little bit thicker. Come onto your left side. Put your blanket between your knees. Come down onto your left side. We'll take a couple minutes to be still and quiet. Find a place where you're completely comfortable. Now start to put some movement back into your fingers and your toes. Press down into your right hand. Bring yourself, as you're ready, up to a seat. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I wish you the best of luck in your birthing process. So again, my name is Rachel, and I hope we practice again together soon. Thank you so much.